It was 2 o'clock in the night. There was deep silence all around. Bikram was riding his bike towards home, when his bike broke down on the way. The surrounding environment was very deserted. Neither humans nor wild animals were visible on the way. Bikram got down from the bike and started looking at his surroundings. It was pitch dark all around and he could not see anything properly. Then suddenly, the rain knocked and light drops of rain started falling on Bikram's face. Cold winds were blowing. Bikram was now feeling very cold. To avoid the rain, Bikram pushed his bike and started moving forward on foot. Bikram started thinking in his mind that it would have been better if he had found a house nearby to stay. Due to rain, the road was filled with water, and then suddenly, the Bikram leg wobbles and falls on the road. His bike also falls on the way. Bikram legs gets hurt. Then suddenly someone starts crying from the forest. Bikram looks towards the forest and sees a black shadow. Bikram gets scared and tries to run away from there. But due to the injury on Bikram's legs, he is unable to run away. Bikram had gathered courage and had just walked some distance, when suddenly Bikram looks back towards the forest and sees no one there. Wasn't. Suddenly it starts raining heavily. Bikram was walking on a deserted road when suddenly a car comes and stops in front of Bikram, and a beautiful hand comes out of that car and signals to Bikram. Bikram starts wondering why a girl is pointing at me with her hands on this deserted road. While Bikram was thinking, the car door opens and a young beautiful girl gets down from the car and stands in front of Bikram. Seeing that beautiful girl, Bikram gets lost. He could not believe his eyes. A beautiful girl is standing in front of him in such heavy rain on a deserted road at this time of night. After some time, the girl says to Bikram, "Perhaps you are in some trouble. The rain is getting heavier, you are completely drenched, you sit in my car, my house is at a short distance from here, you can rest there tonight." Bikram says okay, let's go. Bikram was looking at her beautiful eyes. Her intoxicating eyes were making Bikram crazy. Bikram asked the girl her name and the girl told her name was Rajini. Bikram could not stop himself and sat in the girl's car. After some time, the car started passing through an unknown road. Due to dense darkness all around, nothing could be seen. It was raining heavily all around. The atmosphere was so quiet that not even the sounds of any wild animal were heard. The vehicle entered the middle of the forest and started moving forward through the forest. Bikram was so lost in Rajini's thoughts that he did not even realize where Rajini was taking him. After some time, Rajini tells Bikram that this is my home, we have reached. Bikram gets down from the car and sees. The view of the house was a bit scary, no one lived around the house. Bikram started feeling something strange. Bikram got a little nervous after seeing such an unknown place. Bikram asked Rajini, "Do you live alone in such a big house? No one lives with you?" Rajini smiled a little and said to Bikram, "I live alone, I have no one of my own." Bikram was a little surprised after listening to Rajini's words. Now Bikram started thinking that he has not committed any mistake by coming here. Bikram was thinking the same thing. Then Rajini said to Bikram, "Let's go inside, you are completely drenched inside the house. Go and change your clothes." Bikram and Rajini go inside the house together. As soon as the door of the house opens, a strange smell starts coming from inside as if a dead body has been rotting for a long time. Bikram started feeling like vomiting due to such a strong smell. Rajini started saying, "Don't panic, let's turn on the light." Then suddenly the electricity in the room started switching on. Bikram was shocked to see the view all around. The house was very beautiful inside. There were very big pictures on the walls, expensive lights were burning inside the house. The house looked like a palace. Bikram started looking towards that house with surprise. Then Rajini started saying that you should go to the upper room and change your clothes, otherwise you will fall ill. Bikram said, "Is it okay? I will go to the upstairs room. It would be good if you had arranged for tea till then." Rajini smiled a little and went into the inner room. When Bikram was going up the stairs towards the room, he felt like this. It seemed that someone was walking behind him. As soon as Bikram turned back to look, there was no one there. Bikram went to the upstairs room. The room upstairs was very big, many luxurious things were kept in that room. There were many cupboards too. When Bikram opened the cupboard to change his clothes, many boys' clothes were kept in that cupboard. Bikram was a little surprised because the girl lives alone in this house, so where would the boys' clothes come from? Came. Bikram takes out a cloth to wear and then suddenly a diary falls down from inside the cupboard. Bikram picks up that diary and tries to read the first page. It was written on the first page. "If you have found this diary, it means that you are still alive. Joe has also come to this house, everyone has got the death sentence. Till date no one has gone back alive from this house because this house is cursed and in this house the resident woman Rajini is a cursed soul. You will come to this house as per your wish but you will never be able to go back to your home from this house. My name is Abhijit, I am 30 years old, I am a journalist. A few months ago, strange incidents were happening in the city. Young men were disappearing from the city. Even the police were not able to find the culprit. When I investigated, then I came to know that everyone was disappearing through the deserted path of the forest. To find out how the young men were disappearing, I decided to go through the forest path. It was 2 o'clock in the night. I was standing with my bike on a deserted road. I wanted to find out how people were disappearing from the city. The atmosphere of the forest was very calm. I was feeling a little scared, then suddenly, a car stops in front of me. A beautiful girl comes out from inside the car and stands in front of me. When I saw that girl for the first time, I felt as if I had seen her somewhere before. I was thinking then the girl asked me, "Are you on deserted road? What are you doing? Do you have any problem? So sit in my car." Can. That's why I lied to that girl that my bike was broken. As soon as she heard this, the girl opened the door of the car and came in. I sit inside the car and drive through a deserted road through the forest. I started going inside, I was feeling very scared, I controlled my fear. I went with that girl to her house. When I went near her house, when I reached, I was very surprised because I had come to this place many times before. I have gone by the way but I have not seen the house. To find out the truth, I took out my mobile and started searching on Google. My luck was a bit bad, there was no network in my mobile. The girl came to me and said, "Let's go inside, you stay here tonight, leave in the morning, till then I will make tea for you." The girl had gone to the kitchen to make tea. Theft and finding out how people were disappearing from the city. Went up the hidden stairs to the upper room. It was dark, I lit the torch of my mobile and went inside the room. There was a terrible smell coming from that room, as if a corpse was being strangled. When I followed the smell, I found a dead body in the bathroom of the room. I found such a scary sight whose head was separated from the body. I was very scared and was about to scream when one of the corpses. The voice came, "Run away from here, otherwise your condition will be like mine." It didn't take long for me to understand that the dead body was laughing loudly. He is responsible for all the boys who have gone missing in the city till date. There was a girl. I got very scared and to save my life, I started running down the stairs, but all the doors of the house were closed, I could not understand what to do, I came back and sat on the sofa kept in the hall. Started acting as if nothing had happened. The girl came inside with a cup of tea, I pretended to drink the tea and secretly threw it out. The girl started asking me, "What will you eat for dinner tonight?" I was very scared, no voice was coming out of my throat, I gestured with my hands, "Make anything." I came back up the stairs, I understood something. I was not able to figure out what to do, I took out my mobile, luckily the network was visible in my mobile, I searched on Google, only then I came to know. Many years ago, there was an accident in this house. Some thieves together broke into this house and killed Regini, a woman living alone in this house, by stabbing her with a knife. The thieves together took Regini's body in the bathroom. I had run away secretly, closing the door of the house from outside. Regini was lying in the bathroom in a half-dead state. The thieves thought that Regini was dead, but Regini was alive. When Regini regained consciousness, a lot of blood had flowed from her body. At the time of her death, Regini said that everyone will be killed, I will come back and take revenge for my death. Revenge Lungi. After some time, Regini dies. I was listening to all these things on my mobile. The hairs on my body stood on end. I was about to call my friend Sanjay to ask for help, when suddenly the mobile disappeared from my hand. I was very scared and out of fear. I started trembling. I was not able to understand how to tell people about this Regini. Regini was responsible for all the people disappearing in the city. I was a journalist, so I had to go without worrying about my life. All this information had to be conveyed to the people, that is why I have written this diary. I don't think whether I will be able to survive or not. Regini is a cursed soul who brings people to this house to avenge her death. Yes. Regini is coming closer to me, Regini will kill me. This was all written in the diary, after that Abhijit had died. Till now, Bikram was reading all the things written in the diary. Till now you have heard the story. This was the story of journalist Abhijit. Abhijit was also killed by this cursed soul. I put the diary back in the cupboard and went down the stairs and tried to run away. Regini had come to know that I was trying to run away from here. Suddenly the electricity in the house went off all around. It had become very dark. A scary sound started coming from the kitchen room. "What will you eat for dinner?" I was very scared. I could not see anything in the darkness. Now I started feeling that I am now alive in this house. "Don't go back. We'll get." Wind started blowing inside the house, electricity suddenly started switching on and off, some woman started moving towards me with a knife in her hands. That woman was looking very scary, she was slowly moving towards Bikram while glaring angrily. Bikram goes to a corner and hides. Rajini was calling Bikram with a knife in her hand. "Bikram, where are you? Come to me, Bikram, you will not be able to run away from here. Now I will sacrifice you and I will quench my thirst with the blood of your body." Due to fear, Bikram started trembling badly, he started seeing his own death. Bikram was not able to even think about how to fight Rajini. The girl who was looking so beautiful a while ago had completely changed and became a witch. The intoxicated eyes had become terrible, the pupils of the eyes were white and blood was dripping from the mouth. Her body had rotted, hence a foul smell had started coming out. Insects were crawling in her hair. Half of Rajini's face had rotted. What was looking like a palace a short while ago suddenly turned into a ruin. Now there was no trace of electricity here, there was dense darkness all around. When Bikram tries to run away secretly, Rajini catches Bikram. Rajini takes Bikram to the middle of the forest. Rajini ties Bikram to a tree. Rajini laughs and says, "Today is the darkness of the new moon. It's night, I will become very powerful by sacrificing you tonight. I could have killed you earlier but I wanted power, that's why you were alive for so long, otherwise you would have become my victim by now." Bikram was not able to understand what to do next. Bikram started watching preparations for his death with a dejected mind. Due to being tied to a tree, Bikram could not even run away from here. Rajini creates a circle around Bikram with her mantra power, after which Rajini starts reciting satanic mantras in pairs. Rajini's scary sound started echoing all around the forest. Rajini was about to sacrifice her knife. Was preparing for. Bikram started thinking that if I don't try to run away from here then my death is certain, I should not give up, I should try to save my life. Bikram had a bad addiction. Bikram was a cigarette lover, so he always had a lighter in his pocket. Bikram was beginning to see a ray of hope. Rajini was concentrating on reciting the mantra. Bikram took advantage of this and tried to take out the lighter from his pocket. After much struggle, his hand entered his pocket. Bikram took out the lighter from his pocket and set fire to the rope tied in his hands. Due to this, Bikram's hand got injured, the rope got burnt and Bikram became free. Bikram started thinking that if I run away from here, Rajini will never die. People say that ghosts are afraid of fire, I should kill this Rajini. If Rajini remains alive, the series of accidents will continue in the city. Rajini starts moving towards Bikram with a knife. Bikram now starts pretending to be tied to a tree. When Rajini was about to stab Bikram, suddenly Bikram takes out a lighter from his pocket and with the help of the lighter, he sets Rajini's body on fire. As soon as the fire starts, Rajini starts burning badly. Rajini was screaming at the top of her lungs. Rajini's voice was echoing in the entire forest. Within no time, Rajini gets burnt to ashes. After Rajini's death, Bikram started running fast. While running, Bikram reached a deserted road and fell unconscious. After some time, it was morning with the first rays of the sun, and the terror of the name Rajini had also ended. When Bikram regained consciousness, Bikram was lying in the hospital. Due to him lying unconscious on the way, some people together got Bikram admitted to the hospital. Bikram got himself treated for a few days and recovered completely and went home. Please like and subscribe for more terrifying tales.